Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away. Heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I wanna still act like we are 22 right now. Just like all lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Wow. This could be magical. Look your hands. Look your hands.
Hello everyone, and I have the wonderful Karen from Australia from Doof Paranormal with me. Hi Karen,
Hey, Heather.
how are you?
Oh dear.
How are you?
Get me. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've got a puppy on my knee.
Oh, how cute is that? Hang on, show
Well,
puppy.
I
I'll
don't
put
know
you in
about
full
cute.
screen. Oh, isn't that adorable?
When he
Oh,
doesn't bark and carry on like a pork chop,
yeah,
he's on my
well.
knee now.
Oh,
He's on my knee.
I know people who park and carry on like a pork chop sometimes, you know. She's not alone. Oh, dear. Let's have a quick say hello at who's here in the chat. I know there's a few people here already. We've got Stephanie. Hi,
And,
Stephanie. Visiting Dead Adventures, Tony. Barbara Ann Breen, welcome. Thank you very much. She's an amazing mod squad goddess. Absolutely fantastic. And then we've got Dee. Hello, Dee. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Drew and Werner are in there. Imagine that.
Oh, and there's Drew. Drew's supposed to be over here, actually. Well, we thought he was going to be over here, but never mind. We've got Stephanie. I think I've said hello to Stephanie. That's Karen. Tony's here. And I think I did. Oh, Fairy Dragon. Hello, Fairy Dragon. And hello, Grow It. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And Werner. Hello, Werner. He's in the other room. Probably lying down. Welcome in.
He's had a hard day, has he?
Yes, he has. He worked today, the poor old thing. Oh, yes. It's a hard life, isn't it?
It is.
Hello, Too Cool for Banshee. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And I'm sure that there's going to be more people joining us as the night goes on. Please give this video the thumbs up and share if you can. Let's see if we can get one or two more people in the chat. I would really appreciate it. Only takes a moment. And yeah, wonderful, Karen.
Yeah,
You've
I
just,
know, this is fun.
isn't it? Is this going to be amazing? You've just been to the United States.
Yeah, got back
Yes.
about, what is it now, 4 weeks ago maybe? not even that. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. A few weeks ago, I got back. So yeah, I'd been to. I arrived in Tulsa first, and went on
Yeah.
a road trip with my friends Jason from the Cemetery Road and Cassie and Rawn from Weeping Willow Paranormal, and we did a road trip. So I was on my own with Jason for a week, I think, or maybe not that long, couple other days. And we travelled up through Memphis and all that sort of thing. Met up with Cassie and Rawn, and then went on some adventures and did some investigations, and that was fun. And I'll talk about that later, maybe. And then went up to Canada for a few days and stayed at Cassie and Rawn's house.
Oh, nice.
And then headed back towards Tulsa with Jason on a bit of a road trip, and we stopped along a few different places on Route 66, or Route 66, however you want to say it. And then I went to Virginia City for a week. So I had a pretty big holiday, and as usual, I love Virginia City, so I want to go back. The rest of America is great too, but I want to go back to Virginia City. I've got a soft spot, I think, for Virginia City.
Oh, nice. Yes, and you've just been on another short trip, haven't you?
Just down to Canberra for a few days, but that was a family thing because that's where my son and my grandbaby live.
Woo-hoo.
So I went to play with the baby and went to the. If anyone's watching from Australia and you haven't been to Canberra, when you go to Canberra, go to the zoo, the National Zoo. I went there today and it's brilliant. It's beautiful.
Wow.
That's beside the point, I suppose.
Oh,
But,
excellent. Yes. Werner wants to know if virginity. Werner wants to know where his virginity is. Is Virginia a ghost town? He's asking.
Well, it's not a ghost town. People live there, so it's a thriving town. It's got saloons and restaurants and mine tours, and there's some yes, it's a haunted town. I think just about every building, and it's whatever. And excuse the banging in the background. I've got cats running around in here, and they do it to me every time. Bloody things, and they're knocking things down.
Good on them.
They're having fun, but yeah, no, it's a. Because a ghost town to me is sounds deserted. It's not deserted. People live there and it's a functioning town. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'm surprised you haven't heard about it, Werner. The Mackie Mansion, the Washoe Club, the Silver Queen Hotel.
I've heard of the Mackie Mansion, yes.
Yeah, well that's in Virginia City. So it goes back all the way to, it was a mining town. So they originally went there to mine for, oh gosh, I've forgotten now, gold. They were mining for gold, and they were throwing away this horrible stuff that looked terrible. Yeah. And then later on they discovered what they were throwing away was silver. So they started to mine silver as well. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my cat that jumped right up on the top of a cupboard. It's bloody Jungle Jim. Anyway, but yeah, so it's an interesting town. So it's got quite a history. They had a major mine fire back in the day, the Yellow Jacket mine fire, where a lot of the boys never came back up. They're still in the mine. Some did. And there's a miner's cabin right next to the mine entrance, which is supposedly haunted. I have stayed there for 3 nights, and I didn't see a ghost or anything. So the only thing that happened was a ginger cat, got a fright at something at the window, and its heckles went up and wanted to go out the door. Perhaps it just really didn't like my company, because I did shut the door on it. I was going to make it sleep with me. I was like, come on, puss. But he ran away.
That's funny. Just a quick hello to It's Lady Kenzie. Hello, welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Grow It, Make It likes your LED lights. They are pretty
Thank you.
spectacular, aren't
Thank
they?
you. I tried to decorate it. I tried to look professional.
Oh, don't we all? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Oh dear, oh dear. So, tell us. I'm going to just let you talk now, and I'll just pop in with a few odd questions every now and then. What are your top 10 moments?
Well, let me see.
Fabulous moments.
Fabulous. Well, there was too many. I didn't have any bad things happen to me in my holiday, like in America. You get stressed out at the airports. That's just normal. You get a bit stressed getting on and off the planes. But once I was where I had to be, everything was wonderful. People are friendly, and I don't know. I never had any bad things happen, only good things. Went to, after Jason and I took off from Tulsa, I was a little bit excited by the yellow school buses because obviously here in Australia, we don't have those. We've just got regular buses and they stick a school bus.
Yeah, still school bus sign on it. Yeah.
School bus, Yeah, pretty boring, our buses. So I was a bit excited, and I think I took too many videos and photographs of the yellow school bus. But I was excited. I got over that in a couple of days because they're everywhere. And what else? And then it was funny too when you drive through America, like that song by Richard Marx, Hazard. Down by the river or whatever it was, and she disappears. It's an old song in the 80s, but it's a good one. Richard Marx there. I drove through Hazard, so I thought, it's Hazard. Well, I didn't drive, Jason drove. What else? Oh, and just, Springfield, because I can't remember, maybe someone in the chat will remember the town that's next to Springfield in The Simpsons, like their neighbouring town. But there's
Springfield, and
it starts with an S as well.
Shelbyville.
Yeah. So I drove through. So Springfield and Shelbyville are actually next to each other, and you drive through. It's kind of weird.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What else did I see? What else did I see? I could sit here all night and tell you what I saw. I don't know. Would you like to know about the places we investigated?
Well, oh, shit. What have I done? Sorry, I've done something.
I don't know. I can still see myself. I think we're still on the YouTube.
Cancel. Yeah, no, it's all right. I did something. I'm fine. I clicked on a link. And I thought I was just every time I click on a link, I stuff everything up. I've got everything sitting precariously so that it all balances and is even. I can access it quite nicely. Cool. But any sort of disturbance of that equilibrium, everything just goes south.
Hi, Jackie.
Now, so I was going to say, just some of your highlights, some of your favourite moments, some of your, I don't know, anything, just your top.
I went to Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah.
That was a highlight. Everybody was laughing at me when I said, I want to go to Applebee's. I wanted to go to Applebee's, so I went to Applebee's, and the food was pretty good. And I even saw a bumblebee at Applebee's.
Oh, did
I took a photo of it. I must put it up on the YouTube or something.
Okay.
I took a photo of a bumblebee. What else? Oh, all the food.
Yeah. What's Applebee's? Is that a restaurant?
It's a chain of restaurants. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay.
But you go in, you can get ribs and you can get everything, steak, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tons. All your biscuits and gravies and things like that. Went to a few little breweries along the way.
Nice.
Because Jason and Ron like to drink beer. I hate beer, except now I don't hate beer because going to all these breweries that make their own, and because Jason and Ron were drinking, Cassie and I thought, we'll have some little tastes of bits and bobs. But I found I like the stout beer, the really dark beer, because you can get it in sweet flavours and it doesn't taste like, I don't know, it tastes nice. So there you go. I like beer now.
Wow. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, tell us more about your experience with the food, because food was a thing over there, wasn't it? Or is a thing over there?
I'll tell you what, I came back the side of the house I'm fighting now to lose all the weight because oh my goodness, there's like the Americans that are watching will know what I'm talking about. There's all the stuff that's not really good for you, but it's delicious, like the biscuits and gravy. I tried chicken fried steak, but I didn't like it. It's kind of like you know how we have a cheap pretend veal schnitzels, and it's all mushed up meat and squished together. That's what it is. It's a cheap.
Yes.
It's cheap schnitzel. It's not really meat. It's probably God knows what it is really. Lots of people like it, but I didn't.
No.
But I love just about everything out. I tried grits.
Yeah.
They're kind of boring. They're not horrible, but they're a bit boring.
Yes, it's a step down from porridge.
It is a bit, yeah, and it's corn, which is weird. What else did I try? I had to get used to the fact I went into a restaurant in Virginia City, and I had been going to the Roasting House, which is in Virginia City, a coffee shop, right? And I would just get a mocha. But I went on my last day in Virginia City, I went into a little restaurant where they sort of do vegan food and stuff. They cook bacon and eggs, but I had bacon and eggs and they didn't. I thought, I'll just have a regular coffee. I wasn't in the mood for a mocha or mocha.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, can I have she said, do you want coffee? I said, yeah, just a white coffee, please. And the girl looked at me and went, we don't have white coffee. Our coffee's brown.
Oh, no.
I said to her, no, I mean like a coffee with milk in it. So it's white coffee.
Yeah.
And she still looked, because they don't even do the milk thing, it's cream.
Yeah, I know. They have creamers. I don't like the creamers. They taste like shit.
Coffee? I said,
Sorry.
Coffee and cream. And she goes, cream? I said, yes, that will do. So it took me. So yeah, you never say give us a flat white or a white coffee. They don't even know what the hell.
I don't think they even know what cappuccino is. Is cappuccino a thing over there?
Because I had, no, it is, because I bought a cappuccino from my friend Connie, in the coffee roasting houses at least,
Yeah, because they don't have many coffee shops like we do. They've got Starbucks, but most of their
cappuccino at Starbucks.
Yes, but most of their coffee, I don't know what they call them, diners. We call them coffee shops or cafes. You call them diners, and most of the diners are like percolated coffee. Ugh.
Yeah, oh well, the roasting house in Virginia City is out the machine proper.
Is it? Oh, okay.
They make great coffee. If you're ever in Virginia City, the roasting house for your coffee. Best.
Yes.
What else did I do? Food-wise, just about every restaurant that would sell ribs.
Yeah.
I went into ribs. I love the ribs. And brisket. Brisket was another thing I tried.
Yes.
I mean, I think we cook that here in Australia too, but I think
we do have it. Not as popular. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And in Canada, they had a few places as well. Donut shop. Which, hang on, did someone say that? Is that visiting Dared Adventures? Is Tim Hortons the donut shop in Canada? Because it sounds familiar. It's something like that, and there's a donut shop, and you can buy little round balls that are the middle of the donut, I guess, or unless they're just making that. But, yeah.
You can buy the whole of a donut. Yay!
Yeah. Oh, we've got Dunkin' Donuts in Australia too.
Yes, we do.
I did go into Dunkin' Donuts though, and I got a donut. And but yeah, you go.
I often found that to me. Like, I don't know. I guess we went to some Asian restaurants. We went to some buffets or buffet, as one likes to call them. But really, your main choices are like hamburgers and variations of it.
Yes, really. Yeah, hamburgers,
and wings, hamburgers, wings, cheeseburgers.
And you've got to be careful if you ask for sausages, and if you want sausages, don't ask because they give you sausage, which is the flat patty thing. You've got to ask for links, links, links,
Link.
sausage links.
Oh,
And then
links. Yes. Sausage. Yes, I know. Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
and I also know why they give you so many condiments, because without them the food's quite bland.
Oh, well, I liked American food. I did have fun eating it.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't get me wrong, I did too.
but it's very fattening.
It is very fattening. You don't have
But
much
it's
of a
delicious.
choice. It is delicious.
Yeah, it is.
I know we tried looking for a place that had something garlic in it. I don't think the Americans like cooking with garlic or anything like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. There are some fish places. We went to Fisherman's Wharf, and that had like just cafeteria upon cafeteria of.
Where was that, in San Francisco?
Yes, San Francisco, Fisherman's Wharf, and that was just the whole place was all cockles and mussels and fish
Cockles
and
and-
seafood. Yeah,
Cockles,
when it was in its glory, I didn't like it very. I don't like seafood. Yes, but anyway,
honestly-
I digress. I just want to quickly
that's
say
right.
hello to I think it was Jackie. Evelyn is here.
Yeah, Jackie came in.
And
Yeah.
so Annabelle TV came in as well. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Yep, sorry. Okay, yes, cool. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, and then what else? Well, the food was good. The beer in the breweries was good. I got very drunk one night, awfully drunk, because one of the beers had 12.5% or something alcohol,
Oh.
and it was like a coffee. It actually tasted like cold coffee. It was beer, but it tasted like cold coffee, and it was really nice.
Wow.
And both Cassie and I had a glass, and oops-a-daisy, both Cassie and I got, what's the old saying, 3 sheets to the wind or something?
Yes,
Oh,
3 sheets to the wind.
yeah, and I just, I was a mess.
Yeah, oh wow. Well, good on you.
But in a
12%,
good way, I
yeah.
think.
Yes, we're only used
A
to
good
about
way.
6 or 7 or something like that, but 12, that's...
Yeah, well, that's what
a lot.
happens when you're not used to drinking and then you drink. But
Yes.
it was a oops-a-daisies. It was a oops. I mean,
Oops.
because it's a strong oops-a-daisies. I had one that
Yes.
was a bit too strong.
Oh,
But
well.
yeah, and then I went to Graceland. Graceland in Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis was very nice. Have you been to Memphis, Heather?
No, I think we might have gone past it or gone through it.
Gone through it, maybe. Yeah, well,
Maybe,
we were
yeah.
going through Memphis, and when Jason told me that, I said, oh, Graceland's in Memphis. Can we go to Graceland? And he said, oh, I don't really like Elvis, but yeah, all right. And now he likes Elvis, because after
Yes.
going through it, seeing everything, he's like, oh, I must
Yeah, who
check
was
him out.
telling me their sister's just been to Gracelands?
Oh.
Was it Jackie? My
Could have
sister,
been someone.
yeah. Jackie, her sister just came back. How did she enjoy it? I hope she liked it. Was it good?
Oh, I enjoyed it. Well, I'm not a huge Elvis fan either, but I like him. But I was very amazed when you go into the car park. You park in the car park and you've got to walk over through the buildings and go to the part where you get picked up in a little bus and taken to the house, right?
Ah.
And we pulled up into the car park and we started to walk in. I thought, are we in the right place? It looked like a theme park. Honestly, it was huge.
I wouldn't be
There was a
surprised.
restaurant on one side that was Vernon's, I don't know, cheeseburgers or something, or ribs, and one on the other side that was named after his mum, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah.
And then in front of you, there's a big building, and off to the side, there's more buildings, and then you go through these, and you go out, get on the bus. You're taken over to Graceland itself through the gates, you know, the famous gates, and you go
Yeah.
up the driveway. Then you get out. Then they walk you through the house. Then you go out the back of the house. Then you walk through Vernon's office. You walk to the graveyard. You walk. Where's the next place? Oh, and then there's like you come back to the front of the house and you get on the bus and you go go back across the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where we've got these massive warehouses that are done up with all of his, like look, they're massive. I can't even say how big they are. They're just humongous. I think you could
Wow.
fit 5 Concorde planes in these things. It's full
Holy
of, one is
shit.
full of his cars and his motorbikes and his
Oh,
boats.
wow.
One's full of all of his costumes. One's full of boxes and boxes of stuff that's like archived and it's behind glass. One's full of his awards and his gold records. It goes on and on and on, and you think, oh my Lord, like it's massive. So that was kind of interesting seeing all of his stuff. But yeah, it's a bit gaudy. I like a bit.
Yes.
Uh,
Jackie says
ta-
it was worth it. It really showed.
Tasteless comes to mind. Actually, it's sort of. I kind of think to myself, I wonder if he was alive, if he'd even like it. Like it's a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it would have been fabulous back in the
Did you get the
50s.
photo?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the house itself is beautiful. It's like a time capsule. Like you walk
Yes.
through, and it actually feels so much like it's still. I personally felt a little uncomfortable walking through the house
you?
because I kind of felt like it was someone's home. So I kind of, like if you go into someone's house and they say, oh, come this way, or, oh, yeah, look, just see yourself to the loo up the corner, and you feel a bit uncomfortable because it's someone else's house. That's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
But
Wow.
it was really interesting. It was very nice.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you like it. I just want to quickly say hello to Brandon Abandon. Welcome in. Thank you. And Brandon's actually one of our pit stops when we go over to the US in Canada. So we're really looking forward to seeing Brandon and his sidekick.
Cool.
Greg.
Greg, that's it. Oh, Greg, Uncapped Films. Oh dear, Yeah, but anyway.
Grow it, make it, or break it. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't even look anyway. I don't know. I didn't look at the back of any packaging. So I couldn't answer that. I do know Canada, for example, is fussy about ingredients and things, and so a lot of stuff that's in American food isn't has to be taken out for them to sell it in Canada. I know that. But yeah, I didn't check the back of any packets. Brandon says he can't wait to see you both there.
I know.
Heather.
Actually, Brandon, I'd love to do a little Canadian thing with some Canadian people to come up and just tell us what we can expect when we arrive. Well, I don't know if you'd be willing to do that. I've got who was it? Canadian Life something are going to come up and just talk about what we can expect, and you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like to. That would be fun because I've never been to Canada. I'm just expecting it to be like Little America. I don't know.
Well, actually, it was like a continuation of the American countryside. Like, as I only went through the border thing into Niagara Falls, and then up to a place called Fort Erie. Yeah, Fort Erie, so Ontario. Went to a few different places with Ron and Cassie. It's very pretty there, very pretty Canada. It feels different to America, but in a good way. Like, it felt a little bit different. But where they are, they've still got like a Walmart, and I love Walmart.
Yes.
Walmart's
brilliant. I'm still trying to find my own people at Walmart. Every time I go in, everyone's been reasonably normal and sane.
Yeah. Jackie, yes, I did do ghost hunting in America. That's why I went there. So I did a collaboration trip with my friend Jason from the Cemetery Road and Cassie and Ron from Weeping Willow Paranormal. And we went to Waverley. First, we went to Octagon Hall, which is in Franklin, Kentucky. Then we went to the old hospital on the hill in Williamson, West Virginia. And then we went to Waverly Hills. And then we went to Bobby Mackey's. So did fall, but yeah, and very different, all of them. But I loved Octagon Hall. That was the first one we went to, and I think out of all of them, that was my favourite, and probably um, that and the old hospital on the hill were the most active
Oh,
in our
okay. Yeah.
investigations.
Yeah.
Waverley was awesome to be at because so many people have gone there before and they're doing such a great job with Waverley fixing it up. It's very clean and very nice. And well, Bobby Mackey's, we'll talk about that some other time.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't all that impressed, but I was happy to say I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Heather already knows my opinion on the Bobby Mackeys.
Yes, I
But
do. I do. My
yeah,
opinion isn't that far behind yours, actually.
yeah,
I could.
yeah.
I mean, it might have gotten worse over the years, but yeah.
I think it has, Heather. I think it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, but look, it's one of those places that Bobby Mackey's has been seen on different shows over the years and been made to sound like this really active place, and so it was good to go there and say I've been there. But yeah, like I would go back to Waverley Hills, I would go back to Octagon Hall, I would go back to the old hospital on the hill,
Yeah.
for the very fact that in different ways they were enticing. I don't know. I liked them. And then when I was in Virginia City, I didn't investigate or anything, but I did spend a bit of time in the there's in the Washoe Club, Heather. There's the crypt, they call it. And I've heard different people say, oh, ghosts and things get thrown at you and so on and so forth. Now, I'm a little bit of a debunker in a way because I like the Washoe Club, and when I was there last year, absolutely had an experience. It has to be haunted. It would
Wow.
be. It is right.
Yeah.
It is haunted. I
Yeah.
had an
Yeah.
experience I could not explain, so therefore that's called paranormal. So I did have a paranormal experience there. But the crypt is downstairs, and it's called the crypt, I guess, because they used to keep back in the day when it was winter and the ground was hard and they couldn't bury people. That would be a cold spot that they would not only store food and things like that, but they'd store dead bodies. So when someone passed away, they'd get taken into the crypt and laid out there until such a time that they could bury the people. So
Yeah.
some people say they go in there and have rocks thrown at them and things like that.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, yeah, dear oh dear, BS, BS, BS. I sat in there for about 45 minutes on my own because it's very relaxing. You
Yeah.
can still
Yeah.
hear, you can still slightly hear the noise outside in the bar, but it's just sort of quiet and relaxing and gives off an old feel. And it's an old stone wall, so it's an embankment wall. So back in the day, they put stones up against the earth, so it's a wall. It's
Yeah.
a thing, and
Yeah.
it looks like blue stone. I think I'm not quite sure what the stone is, but it goes up quite high. And when you look in the wall itself, there's little bits of rock and bits and bobs. It's ancient, this friggin' thing, like it's over 100 something odd years old, the wall. So when I was
Wow.
sitting there, a couple of little rocks fell.
Oh.
They weren't thrown, people. They just fell.
Fell. They
It's
fell.
not.
Did they
It's
land on
just
your head?
no, just off in the.
I was going to
in
say
front
they
of
might have knocked some sense into you. That's
Yeah.
a
But
dad
anyway,
joke, isn't
they were
it?
only tiny, like pebble size,
Yeah.
and it's some of it's slated. So it's not a ghost throwing a stone. It's nature and gravity and
Yeah.
maybe a rat or something running across the roof. Who knows? But it didn't scare me. I just thought, oh,
Yes.
and now I could kick myself. I should have picked him up and brought him in my pocket home.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I
Never
like the
mind.
crypt. But I will say, I mean, it's not to say that nothing happens in the crypt, but nothing's happened to me the couple of times I've been in there.
Yeah.
But I certainly upstairs. It's worth a look if you're an investigator.
Oh,
It's
wow.
worth coming up there. But learn the history of the Washoe Club first before you go up there, so you're talking to the right people.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely, absolutely, yes. Just a quick hello to Uncapped Films, Greg. Speak of the devil, just reached his 1,000 subscriber. Well done.
Very cool.
Well done,
Excellent.
yes. He's actually beaten me. I've been on 75 for such a long time. I'm like, oh, maybe I should just give up.
You're on 75 now, so you still need 25
I
subscribers.
still need 25 to go. I'm embarrassed now. Oh, never mind, never mind.
Come on, people, if you haven't subscribed to Heather, let's see if we can pop her over the 1,000 mark tonight. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yes, hopefully you can come up, Greg, if you've got a chance. When I talk about going to Canada, you can tell me what I'm in for. I just asked Brandon as well.
Oh, cool.
That would be fun. You guys would be so much fun to have on a live stream.
You have to.
They can
if
talk.
Will you be? You're going the other end. Oh no, you are going towards Niagara Falls, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to Toronto. We're actually around about an hour, maybe a bit more north. Is it north? North of Toronto. North of Niagara Falls, sorry.
Oh, well, if you get a chance to go to Niagara Falls, go, because
we are
fun.
planning to spend at
You've
least...
got to go on the little, whatever it's called, the mist, the something of the mist. I don't know what the boat's called, but you go on it.
We'll have a look.
Wear the raincoats and get wet.
Yes, I'll have a look. I'll make sure, Drew, make sure that we look up the mist or whatever it's called. We'll find something.
Whatever it's called. It's one of the boats.
It's one of the boats.
Yes. They give you a raincoat with a hood, like just a cheap plastic thing, and you pop it on, and and that's why it's called mist, because it's all the mist from the water.
Oh,
yeah.
That'll be beautiful.
Cool.
Well, where are bathers, Drew? You can wear your Speedos.
Wouldn't it be awesome if we could get you to 1,000 subscribers? But I can't see how many people are in the chat at the moment.
I can't see it either.
Probably already subscribed.
Yeah, they probably have. So,
yeah,
yes, but never mind. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, no, we'll be there for a week. I think it's 20 something. 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 25, 26, 7, 28, 29, 30. I think we're there for 6 days.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure we're there for 6 days. So we'll be doing a little bit of exploring with Brandon and Greg. And at least spend one day down at the Niagara Falls. And hopefully catch up with some people there. What else did we want to do? There was something else we wanted to do while we were there. I want to try poutine, whatever it's called. Poutine.
Oh, I had that, yes. It's basically just chips and gravy with cheese on it.
I know.
I had some.
How delightful. My
poutine. It's called poutine.
Poutine.
And it just sounds disgusting. Yeah.
Yes, poutine. That's right. We have chips and gravy, but I've never had cheese on it. So I'll be interested to see how the Canadians do their chips and gravy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Poutine.
Barbara Ann. I think it was Barbara Ann said something about only needing 500 subscribers now, but no, I don't know what. No, it's still 1,000.
Yeah, no, it is coming in. They're dropping the requirements to 500 and 3,000. But that's only in 5 countries at the moment. It's starting off in 5 countries. Obviously, the US is one of them. Australia isn't.
I've already beat that already.
Yes, yeah. Australia isn't, but we will come soon. But when they do drop the requirements, you get everything but AdSense. You can have super chats, super stickers. You can have memberships. But you don't get your AdSense till you get your one for... Just go to Nick Nimmin. Wonder wants to know what poutine is.
So what you mean is if they run ads during your episode,
yes, during your episode, you don't get the money from that until you reach the 1-4. Good day, Generation Explorers. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. I haven't seen you for a while, actually. I must catch up with you sometime. I've been so extra busy and my head's just fucking me over right now. um, hang on a moment. Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute, Annabelle. What was I saying?
What's Rumble visiting Dead? What's Rumble? Visiting Dead Adventures said, "What about Rumble?" I don't
Hang
know.
on, I
what
got
Rumble
distracted from what I was saying. Anyway, 'cause Rumble is a platform similar to like YouTube.
Oh, that's the one that doesn't censor.
No, I don't think it censors as much as YouTube does, and you
Yeah.
can get monetized straight away. And all you do, and what you can do is you can. How dare I have a life outside of YouTube? Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? And all you do, you can actually sync your YouTube into Rumble or just upload all your videos up to Rumble. And you can,
that's pretty cool.
but I was going to go live on Rumble as well, but I need 5 followers. But at the moment I've got 2.
Oh, well, I'll go onto Rumble and I'll say hello and
Yes.
and do a thing. Pretty cool.
Yep. I'm sort of on OBS at the moment, and it's going to be a bit difficult for me to invite other people in. But just give me a moment. If I can swing it, then I will. But I can't go.
Concentrate on that. Let me think.
Yes.
What other stories can I tell you? Well, while I was in Virginia City, I found out about a couple of bigger YouTubers and one big particular show that had gone to Virginia City to do a few stories. So it'll be interesting to see what BS they come up with on their next episodes. Well, let's see how many demons scratched them in the mansion.
Yes.
Demons.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I noticed there's been a lot because I did a interview with the Octagon Hall museum, because it's a museum. So I interviewed the director of the museum there, but I've been to the Octagon Hall and it's active.
Is it? Yeah.
Definitely something about Octagon Hall, but a few other YouTubers have been there and said there's demons that scratch them and this and that and the other. And look, honestly, it's rubbish. There's no demons or evil entities in that place, and it just makes me cranky when people do that. Personally, I don't like it. I'm pretty sure demons have got a lot better things to do than muck around with someone in an old house.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's bad things around somewhere, but
I do believe.
But
go on.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I think a lot of them do it. If you put demon in anything on YouTube, it automatically you'll get people to watch it, and that's a shame because people are just clicking on it because they think, "Oh, a demon." I don't know.
Yes.
I don't like it. Like, just tell the truth.
Yes, well, absolutely. I do believe in demons myself, but I don't think they're I don't think every single ghost hunter has experienced one. Over and over again.
Every time they go somewhere, there's a demon, and it scratches them, or their little box goes demon.
Yes.
Or get out.
Yeah. See, I had a demon throw rocks at me the other day. Did you see that video? The little devil was
running. Yeah, little bugger. What a bugger of a demon he was. Not to mention your little demon doll there in the back, or your little vampire doll. Everybody likes you there.
Yes, I know. I'm not too sure what's happening there. I've got my name under Come Hither with Heather, but apparently I needed a channel name as well, and I'm like, so I just put in Urbex, so I don't know what that means, but yeah, that's what it is. I'm under Come Hither with Heather is my name, and my channel is called Urbex and Paranormal. Hello, Canadian Farmer Life. I don't know if I have to Canadian Life. Sorry, no, I got that wrong again.
Yeah, basically visiting a dead adventures. Tony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you put demon in your title for whatever reason, but don't, because it's really, I don't know. I've actually gotten a bit cranky with some of my friends. I've noticed lately, just demon, demon, and I'm like, why?
Yes,
Like I'm not
exactly.
like why? Why would that be? So yeah, but mind you, if you're saying something like, is it a demon, or simply like, in your title, if you put blah blah blah, did we really? Is there really a demon there, or is it just misunderstood? Say you did something like that. If you're asking a question, that's fine, I reckon, to put the word demon in your title, but not make it, we were scratched by a demon. I just think that's
Oh.
disrespectful. Unless you really did meet a demon, but then I don't think you'd be wanting to go out ghost hunting again if you really did. I wouldn't. I don't want to meet a real demon. YouTube
Absolutely.
gets their hands full of that money by giving access. Okay. Oh yeah, look, I think YouTube basically gets, I'm not 100% sure, but about 60%, or is it 30%? I know that the creator gets barely anything. But I mean, you still get something. At the end of the day, most people are doing this because they love doing it. It's like a hobby. It's an art form for us all. It's like a little outlet for our creativity. So we're just happy that people like it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just happy
that's
to
right.
watch my stuff and like it. If ever comes the day that I'm lucky enough that um, I can have super chats or whatever, they'll be even more awesome, because then that could be money, if there's any to be had, that can go towards doing more, like going to some other place. Because, like Heather's the same, you've got to rely on your own pocket to get to these places, and it's hugely expensive. Like, I paid for Waverley Hills, and that's 1,200 American dollars. So do the math in Australian.
Oh, that's
Like,
something like 2000 or
oh, it was, yeah,
1800.
and um,
Yeah.
Octagon Hall was reasonable. I think that was only $300.
Was
That
it?
that was
Yeah.
reasonable.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, an old hospital on the hill was reasonable, about that much. So Waverley was the most expensive one.
Yes.
Um, and Bobby Mackey's, they stung me. It was only supposed to be, what was it? Oh, they wanted 500, so I had to give $100 deposit. But when I got there on the night, they said no, it's $600 for the night, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
people are
so
talking about how expensive it is, but then because I only paid about $20 or $30, but I realised I think I only got a 2 hour tour, a two hour,
2 hour
a three
tour.
hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
Some
Oh
are
dear.
so into their channels, crazy people driven them crazy. Yes, yes, there are some like that D that, but I think I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know a few people that have got channels, and they're driven by their viewing hours and their
Yeah.
subscribers, and then when they do get monetized, and I know a few people that have been monetized, all of a sudden then it's like, well, what else? I've got to get them. I've got to get more subscribers, more. And I'm thinking, why did you start the channel? Like, did
Yeah.
you start the channel to make money, or did you start the channel with a purpose and something that you just creatively wanted to share with others? And
Absolutely.
I think they're the ones in the end probably either A, do well because they fake everything in the paranormal realm, so
Yeah.
people believe it and do the clicks, and then people like Heather Werner, that do investigate and don't fake anything. Um, we're kind of, I guess, on the whole, a bit boring to watch, because we're not getting things jump out at us, or demons scream at us, or whatever. And it's unfortunate, because that's really what ghost investigation, like investigating, paranormal investigating, isn't it, Heather? It's
Ab-
can be
well,
boring.
no,
Like,
absolutely. It
you know,
is very boring, and I've people are always asking me, "Oh, can we go on an investigation? Can we go on an investigation with you one time?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure you can, but just be prepared. You'll be bored. It's
yeah,
it's not chairs flying across the room and rocks being thrown. You're lucky if I get a cat ball go off and a torch at the same time. That's about the peak of my night. Getting two devices to work at the same time. That's it.
It is, and it's just, you know,
And if,
oftentimes too, if you're doing an EVP session, so you've got your microphone set, and you never hold your microphone if you can help it, people, when you're doing an EVP, because just moving your little fingers a bit like that can make it sound like someone. So you always put your recorder down on a surface, and then, you know, tag it and say, okay, we're starting now. But you don't always hear anything, and then later on, if you're lucky and you listen back to the recording, you might hear something. But that's why it's important to tag it and say who's in the room and where you are, and that everyone's shut up.
Absolutely.
And the amount of people I've been on investigations with, not Cassie and Ron or Jason, but I've been to, like, you know, the little group ones where you go with a few different people. They don't shut up, and you're like, dude,
come on,
shut up. Because if we're going to hear anything, you're talking over it. So I don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't do that. I try to listen. I listen out for EVPs, obviously, from my videos, and sometimes I get it. The problem is, I mean, there was one EVP I thought I had. Turns out it was Werner snoring. He'd fallen asleep. Now, I think he was well that particular night, so he was just lying on the bed. I'm pretty sure it was a swan. Oh, Werner, I've got an EVP. And I reckon I spent about 10 minutes listening to it over and over again. And then I just happened to see his knee in the corner of the screen. I'm like, oh, that's not a freaking EVP. That's Werner snoring. He's asleep. Delete.
Yeah.
Oh dear,
I
know.
And that's the thing. But I don't know what to really say, because I've only been to a few places with Jason and Cassie and Ron. So that's 4, 5, 6 proper investigations where we spent all night. Yeah. And and yes, things happened at the Washoe Club. Yes, something happened at the Mackie Mansion. Yes, definitely the 4 places. I'm trying to be polite without getting myself into trouble. Definitely, definitely the places that I want to go back to. Bloody hell. What did I say? The hospital and Octagon Hall and Waverley Hills. Definitely those places, there's something. Do you know what I mean? You can feel it when you walk in.
Absolutely.
But good luck catching it. Like, you know, it's really hard. But and that's why it can be boring, because you're sort of sitting there and you're waiting and you're being quiet, because you don't know. How do we know something's not there, and we can pick it up with the equipment but not our own ears, which often happens. And then someone talks over it, or someone doesn't know how to time a question, because you've got to give people, ghosties, a chance to answer.
That's right. Yes, it's like, although I have to admit, I've asked 2 questions at once. You know how you can ask 2 questions at the same time. I have to admit I've done that, but I picked myself up.
Look, sometimes, it is a bit hard. And I heard actually visiting Tony said that he likes the ones that hold the EMF meter and their thumb on the front. I didn't know, and I've got one. Apparently there's a button on the front, Heather, that if you push it, it makes it go off. I didn't know that. I haven't pushed any buttons, but the thing that does make those go off is your mobile phone.
Yes.
Especially if you forget to turn off airplane mode. I forgot to turn airplane mode off at Waverley Hills.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, but what it was I forgot to turn it off. So every time a little message pinged on my phone, the EMF meter went.
Oh, did it? Oh,
and we thought, and then I've gone, hang on, something's not right. And I looked at my phone and went, shit. And sure enough, as soon as I turned it to airplane mode, nothing happened. So you can make mistakes. You can think that everything's all right, but you've still got your bloody phone turned on. So that's a downside to using your phone to record if you forget to do that. So I didn't forget. I didn't ever forget again, and that was right, thankfully, at the beginning. So, but yeah, we'll set off those. And the other thing that sets off the REM pods is any CB radio activity.
Yeah.
So, say you're in a house and a truck drives by and uses his CB radio, it'll set your REM pod off. It does.
Yes, yes.
And absolutely. So there's lots of things that can interfere with all of that equipment, which is just normal. But if people investigating don't realise that, then yeah, they do make a fuss over certain things, and you think it is what it is, like it's something that it's not.
No,
But
that's
I would say Heather would agree with me on the fact that it's your body more so that you listen to. Like, you know, when you go into a place, you know, like you can feel a difference sometimes the minute you walk from one room into the next. There's just this feeling. So you pay attention to what your body feels.
Yes, your senses and your body and your energy levels and all that sort of stuff. Yes, I've never done a full overnight investigation. We've never stayed anywhere long enough to do that, mainly because most of the places we investigate, we shouldn't be on the property in the first place. But never mind, you know. It is what it is. Yes, we don't tend to do like typical known places. We tend to just investigate the places that we find, and I think this place has got a lot of energy to it. Let's have a chat to some of the people that might be here.
Yeah, and you just do it respectfully and
absolutely.
You know, Tony, the ghost tube thing, you're talking about the app on your phone. My personal opinion is I don't think much of them, and I haven't got any on my phone, and I wouldn't use them only because they are an app. So somebody has put a database in there of words and whatever, and so it's not like it's actually picking up the voice of a spirit or something. It's just random words getting spat out by an application. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. And I do use them myself, I will admit, and I don't mind using them. But if I get something out of that app and it's confirmed by a cat's ball or it's confirmed by the torch going off, that's different. Yes, that's why you always investigate, different methods, multiple tools at the same time, so that
like Heather's saying, if you get them all going off at once, that's something.
Yes, that's a goal. That's the goal.
One thing has to substantiate the other. You can't just go on one thing. So if one of those apps said, I don't know, get out or whatever, or my name is John or something or whatever, and nothing else sort of happens, there's no EVP, no other equipment, there's not like you don't get a feeling. You honestly do get a feeling there's something around. Yes. It's really strange, or at least I do, and I'm a skeptic. So, but a lot of these things are just fun to use, like the sensory deprivation.
The Estes method,
that is awesome fun. Like you put the thingos on and we blindfold ourselves, and you sit there and you kind of go, after a couple of minutes of it, you're in a sort of so relaxing. I can't explain it. And you just listen to the words, and you just, anything important you sort of say out loud. I was telling Heather when I was at Bobby Mackey's, I don't know how long they let me into the thing, but I was listening to the voices, and some of it was weird, like sentences, but different voices. So a sentence, but different, different, whatever you call it, stations or whatever. So it would make up a sentence. But one of the sentences said, "Look at those tits."
Oh.
And it was all different. Like, look at those tits. And I've gone, oh my God. And I laughed because I knew I was still under, and I just laughed and I said, look at those tits.
Look at those tits.
So I thought I better repeat it, because I don't know. They might have said asked a question. So if I didn't say it because, but so I don't know. So it's fun.
Oh, geez, that's hilarious.
Turn out that it
Yes.
does coincide with a question that someone's asked. But oftentimes that can happen too, and then you'll ask the question again and again, and then nothing's relative. It's just must be a coincidence, you know. So,
and that's what I find too. See you, Greg. Thanks for popping in. Hello, John. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And did anybody else pop in? No, I thought I'd. Yeah. And that's another thing too. You know, like you ask a question. You know, how old are you? And the cat ball goes off or something. You get 53 on your thing, and then you ask the same question, but you use a different tool. Thank you, I will. You too. You know, and if you get the same answer, then you know that's a one way of just cross matching the different devices. Like I was always skeptical. I don't know how you feel about dowsing rods, but I was always skeptical about dowsing rods. I've been on investigations where people have used dowsing rods, and I'm like, how does it go? You know, but I actually tried it one day and I worked on it for quite some time, and I actually think they are an amazing tool to use because I was always there. Is my mind telling me to move this because I want it to move? But I can actually feel energy pushing against the rod.
Yeah, so
I know if I'm moving it or if it's being moved. I mean, sometimes it's really hard to tell because you're in the dark and you can't, see hands and all that sort of stuff. I tried to be as transparent as I possibly can. But you can actually feel a force move. They were using water.
My Jason used them on our investigations and seemed to get some valid, like they seem to be, not always, but they did sort of, because like he's really, like he knows how to hold them as well, like you would, and so did get some relative activity, especially one time I was at the Mackie Mansion and we were asking questions and everybody got the, that electricity static thing, and Jason's like, he's asking the questions and so I think there could be something in that. Most certainly more to look into and see, and I guess if you know that, because they're not easy like that. Sorry, I'll take that back. They are easy to make move.
Yes.
But if you've steadied your arms and you've done it properly and you just hold them, they won't move.
They shouldn't.
They won't move. They won't wiggle wobble. So
And I've even there are things that I've done to see how it all works. I actually one day I was just doing my dishes. I wasn't on live or anything like that. I was just home and I thought I'll talk to Isabel Rose, but I couldn't because I was doing the dishes. So I got the dowsing rods and I put them into bottles of wine, empty bottles of wine. And I thought, well, if they're gonna move in the wine, in the wine bottles, just as easy as my hand. And nothing, got absolutely nothing. Not a thing, not a movement, nothing. And I'm like, bugger this. Have I been talking to Isabel Rose and it's all just been me? And I grabbed those dowsing rods, I put them in my hands, and I started asking questions again, and not a single movement. So she must have been out and about whoring or something like that. I don't know, maybe horns. But no, they didn't move in the bottles, they didn't move in my hands. I'm like, okay then, you just can't be here right now or whatever.
I think, I'm not sure, someone in the chat could probably go to Google and check this because I'm not sure, but I would assume that one has to hold the divining rods because it would use your body's energy, and I'm not being diggity here, we've got energy. It would somehow combine our energy with, because of their original use, which was for finding water. Like our bodies, like it probably originally was meant, like you've got to hold them. You've got to use your own body's energy to make them
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I don't know, but someone can have a look in the Google and see what it says. But I think that's how they work. And Dee was saying, get a bowl of water and put it on the floor, Heather, and see if they cross you and go over it.
Absolutely. I need a little fountain, like a little portable, little ornamental fountain that just run by batteries. Oh dear, oh dear. So what else has been a hot... We've sort of gotten off the topic. Let's get back to the topic
sorry,
at
yes.
hand. No, that's all right. You know, these things happen, you know. Conversations are always good.
The one thing I would say when you're in America is, like, I always had cash on me, always. So I know when you tap your card and pay, you can opt to give them a tip. But what I would do is, if I was somewhere like that I went to a lot, I would just take cash and I'd pay just with cash, but give the tip with cash so that whoever was serving me could physically get the tip. And they always seem to like that. Or I'd say, oh, here you go. If it was really good service, I'm a generous tipper. If it was really good service, I'd give them, say, a $20 note and say, here you go, that's for you, put it in your pocket, and now I'll pay my bill. And you'd get, oh, thanks. Because I know they don't get paid very well in America. So they don't. So tipping was the thing I did. Because, I just do it. You don't do it in shops, of course, you know that, Heather. You don't do it in for goods and things, but just in the restaurants.
Yes.
In the restaurants where you go. It's just polite, and it's just because they don't get paid like we do here. So and if they don't give you good service, you can not do nothing. Maybe give them $1, just in case. But when you get good service, it's worth paying.
Absolutely. Oh, for sure, definitely.
And the drivers in Cincinnati are crazy. Avoid Cincinnati traffic. If anyone's going through Cincinnati, don't.
I think yes. I think we'll be. I know we're driving in Cedar Grove, and I think Cincinnati.
Oh Jesus! Just be careful.
That we have to get Drew to when he leaves to go to Canada.
Like I didn't drive in Cincinnati. Jason did, but oh lordy, there was even a car chase at one point. Like literally they were chasing, the motorbike went past us at God knows what speed. Then 5 seconds later a car went past us and cut in front of us to chase the motorbike. And then 5 seconds after that another car came past us to chase the car in front of us that was chasing the motorbike. I'm like, oh my God, is there like a movie camera going to come around next? Like it was mental. And then there was people with stuff that had fallen off a trailer on the freeway as you're coming in on the on-ramp, and just as you went around the bend, there was this dude with a whole heap of junk on his car, and a washing machine or a dryer had fallen off the back, and there was stuff. Nearly had an accident. Like it was Cincinnati. No offense to anybody who may be from Cincinnati, but it was crazy.
Yes, we've been to Cincinnati. Yeah, well, we've driven through Cincinnati. Drew wants to know what sort of budget he might need, if you don't mind sharing.
Drew?
Yeah. He's trying to work out a weekly budget for himself.
The food's not too expensive, but then you've got to transfer it from our dollar to theirs. So, yeah, in most places you can get a decent feed for under $20. So 15. Or say it was a feed and it was a proper feed, a good big feed, $20 if you're looking at food and you're going to be buying takeaways or like stopping at cafes. So I don't know, what's that? I'm not very good at math, but yeah, $20 a day. So
times
20
by 7, 2 7s are 14, 140 American dollars. So what's that in Australian?
Yeah, about, I don't know, $300. I don't know. I went over, I paid for all of the investigations, paid for my, actual money that I took with me, 4,000 American dollars.
Yeah, so that's about 203 Australian dollars a week you'll need for food.
Yeah.
Which seems like a lot.
I was there for, how many weeks are you there for, Heather?
We're there for 5. 5.5.
All right, I was there for almost 4. So I took $1,000. I didn't spend it all. I came home with some, but mind you, I was with friends, and but I did stay like that paid for my hotels and stuff too, like the
Yeah.
hotel that I stayed in Virginia City. Um, yeah, I came home with some, so I don't know. It's expensive going to America,
Yeah.
and that's just because of the conversion rate. Like I think it's at the moment maybe 63 cents. So our dollar is equal to 63 American
Well,
cents,
actually, at the
which
moment, the Bank SA are offering 66.5 cents.
oh,
So
let's
that, I
throw it
mean,
back.
it's not much, but it's better. It's like $2 more
But
than.
yeah, it took me a long time to get that all sorted and saved. So I'll be lucky the next time I go to America, and I want to again. I'll just really probably have to worry about some food money and the airfares, because I now have friends in Virginia City that will put me up, so I don't need to worry about a rental car or accommodation. So really just food. And quite frankly, I think I've spent enough money on souvenirs and all that sort of thing on my last couple of trips. I won't be coming back with, unless I see like a really old doll again or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my next trip to America will be mainly finding the airfare and food money.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it won't be as expensive next time. But if I want to go to investigate places, oh well, actually, I'm pretty lucky. I'll probably be, if I did ask nicely, I'd probably be able to go to the Macking Mansion again for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And the Silver Queen, I've stayed there so many times. I've never. Oh, actually, do you know what happened to me at the Silver Queen? I will tell you. Um,
Yes.
because I know the truth about the Silver Queen now, and I'll pop out a little video about that in the upcoming weeks. But I did a bit
Okay.
of research while I'm there. But and I'll pop this in my episode. But let's just say that something happened in the Silver Queen that nobody knows about, but I do now. Right? And
Oh.
yeah, something happened, and it was pretty bad. And it happened in the 1950s.
Yeah.
And I was asleep in the room closest to the other side of the building where the because Silver Queen, half of it, when you look at the Silver Queen from the outside, half of it is motel rooms and the other half is apartments, but the public don't see the apartments, right? But I
Right.
was there asleep one night, and I got woken up by this thump, 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 someone coming up and down the stairs, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I went back to sleep. Then I got woken up again by some arguing, and bump, 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 bump. And I got up, and I thought, I've had this. So I opened up my door, because I
Yeah.
wasn't frightened or anything. I'm in the hotel. I opened up my door and I looked out, and I thought, and I'm listening. I thought, there's nothing there. Like, I did it fast. Like, whoever would have been out there would have still been out there. I could still hear it. But I looked out and there was nothing there.
No.
And I went, it's a bit freaking stupid. And so I shut the door, got back into bed. About 10 minutes later, thump, 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 thump. But then I sat up and I really listened hard. And I thought, oh, it's not coming from in the hotel, it's coming from next door. So,
Oh,
yeah, when I
wow.
got up in the morning, I went to see my friend Connie, who works in Silver Queen. And I said,
Yeah.
oh, because I know there's someone lives in the unit or in the apartment next to the room. And she goes, no, she's still away. I said, so the apartment's empty? And she said, yep. And I told her what I heard, and she just smiled at me. So you just wait, guys. I can't put that in the episode because I never taped it, but that got the bug going. And I thought, oh, I've got to ask around
Damn.
about stuff. So I found
Wow.
something out. So I'll pop that up in a little episode and
Oh, it's
put that in.
something. It's something to look forward to. Let's just quickly, while there's a pause, let's just quickly go to not my channel. I don't want to go to my channel, but I want to go to your channel. There we go.
Oh,
Shall we have a look at your channel? Oh, there she is. And did you like my Did you like my
Oh, my bobblehead
yes?
that you made.
Yes.
Yes, that was very good. I liked it.
Yes, I thought you'd be pleased with that. I thought, oh, Karen will be.
I did. I liked it.
Yeah, and so we'll just I've just got to make sure this is the right one. Oh, hang on.
While Heather's looking at that, Tony, there are places in Sydney that are quite haunted, or supposedly. But there is one I want to go and stay at. It's near the docks. It's got a name. It's where when they would come in on the boats and things, the immigrants and whatnot, they sort them out, and if they had mitts and whatnot, they got showered down, and it actually been on Ghost Hunters International. I just can't. The name of the place escapes me in a minute, but just about every man and his dog is haunted, aren't they?
Yeah,
you could look at a house. That's
I
haunted.
think so. I can't see.
I don't know, but there are, and Melbourne also. The old Melbourne jail is supposed to be haunted. I've been there tons of times. I love the old Melbourne jail. I go in there with the tours and do the nighttime things. I don't know if they let you investigate there. I think they just do tours, which I don't like.
Yes, I can't seem to scroll in this screen. I don't know why, but never mind.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. It is. I just can't seem to scroll. I should be able to interact with the video. There we go. Interact. But it's not letting me scroll. And I don't understand why. But, because I was just maybe going to show a video, maybe. Did you have a favourite video? Showcase one of your videos?
Probably just a short one.
Yeah,
you know what?
Or half a long one, just a few minutes of one.
The Sally. I did 3 episodes on the Sally House. I'm sure most of you might know the Sally House. I went into a deep research thing on that. It took me a couple of months to get all the information. So in the end, because if you Google the Sally House, so much comes up about it, and then when you read it, and now that I know the full history, like by going through the different databases and the newspapers of the day, etc., you read what these people put, and you think, oh my God, that's just so wrong. But yeah, the Sally House is one I'm sort of proud of, because I put a couple of the stories to bed in that one, there's just no way that they're true, the Sally House. What about my little cemetery one? That was cute. Although that's got my boy.
Do you know what it's called?
The John Candy one. It should be near. It's one of the featured videos. I think I've got that as a featured video.
Is that it? The Spirits of Holy Cross Cemetery? Is that the one?
That one.
Okay, let's have a little watch of that
maybe
one.
Maybe play the first couple of minutes.
On my recent trip to LA, I went to visit some very famous people. I hope you enjoy my little video.
You feel like Steve McQueen when you're driving in your car.
There you go.
And you think you look like James Bond when you're smoking your cigar.
Wow,
It's so
awesome.
bizarre. You think you are, then you're kinda James Dean, but the only thing I've ever seen of you was a commercial spot on the screen.
Movie star. You think you are a movie.
Movie star. You think you are a movie.
Well, there we go. How's that?
I'm Anita Horvath.
Fuck melanoma. Molly Russell's ward.
How's that? That's awesome.
Yeah, I went there,
That's
and there's
amazing.
so many people. I made that video and put in little snippets of everybody. So from John Candy, Sharon Tate.
Oh, yes.
Bela Lugosi, I found an interview with him. Yeah, I put in that. Oh, but anyway, and that was one I made just, and at the end I put my son in the end. So a picture of
Yeah.
my son, a little video of him, and then his gravestone as well. But yeah, so I do stuff like that, but I'm started to research things. So like the Sally House. Well, which was the first one I really researched? Yeah, probably the Sally House is the one I dipped into the most.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I did so many, and I've got to go there. I haven't been to the Sally House, but I want to go there. But my friend Jason's been there twice.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
he said the 2 times he went,
Wow.
nothing.
Wow.
Like it's pretty quiet. But yeah, I just decided, I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to pop something together about that. And yeah, so I researched it all and found out that a lot of it's BS.
BS.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think if you went to the Sally House, you would find with the research I've done, and now that if anyone watches my episodes, they'll see who they need to ask for when they're there, and maybe they might get something then instead of walking in and calling out for some non-existent demon. Look, really, it's just a lot.
Dear.
And it's a shame. I mean, I don't know what the current owners would think about my videos, because perhaps they want people to, because they call it the Sally House, don't they?
Well, yeah, that's so
but-
true. Yeah.
But they probably won't like the fact that I basically, yeah, I think it's a load of crap. But I definitely think it could be haunted, but not by a
Not
demon.
by a demon. No.
No, and they had some other stories about that, about some child dying in the house from a botched operation. No, never happened. What else? Oh, an old lady that lived there was a satanic worshipper. No, never happened.
No, it didn't happen.
You know, like it's just people making up, and it's really disrespectful. But anyway,
Well, absolutely, absolutely. If you want to make money, just throw out I could turn around tomorrow and say, oh, I've got a demon in my house, and then charge people $300 to you know, watch Werner throw stones at me.
well, that's the thing. Like, honestly, for anyone watching, it is that easy. Like, if that's how easy it is for some people to, I don't know, but suck it in is the wrong word. Because sometimes you trust people, and then you realise, oh shit, they're bullshitted.
Yeah.
You know, but it'd be simple. Like Heather and I had a bit of a joke about our dolls, right? So I've got a doll here. She's 100 years old, right? I got it from an antique shop in Virginia City.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this Raggedy Ann doll. Does she look like anyone you might know, people? Like, it wouldn't take much to lie and say, oh, you know what, Heather? Something odd's been going on in my house since I brought this doll home. Oh my God. Things are flying across the room. Oh, what will I do? And then, you know, people get sucked into this stuff.
Isabel.
Oh, this doll. It looks so much like, what's its name? Isabel? What's the name of that dog?
My doll, Isabel Rose. Yes, there's my doll.
No, not your doll. No, the one.
Oh, you're
one that-
you're talking about Clarabelle. No.
Oh, you know what I mean. She looks just like that.
Yes.
And I've gone blank. But anyway, she's supposed to be possessed by something demonic. And I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
good, eh? And I'm thinking, sure, I'd go and take it home anytime.
Yes. Oh,
I don't know.
who was? You know the one, Werner.
Which one? A doll?
Yeah, the doll,
This
the
one.
haunted, the
You know, the
possessed
Raggedy Ann
doll.
doll.
That looks like Raggedy Ann.
Annabelle. It was Annabelle. isn't it? Oh, that's
Annabelle,
right. I
yes.
didn't know that. I've got an Annabelle there. Bloody hell. I'll tell
Yes,
you what, I'm
that's
getting
it.
old. Alzheimer's is
Oh, you
settling
and me
in.
both, lovey. Don't worry about it. We're in good company. Yes,
Yeah,
that's the
but
one.
so that actually was a couple of things I did while I was in America.
Yeah.
Heather, I went to on my leaving. I went to LA and I had
Oh,
9
yeah.
hours stay over. So I got a friend of mine, Scott Michaels. He's got a channel, Dearly Departed. and he does a lot of things. I've got it. Wait a minute. I've got a photo of him there. He worked with Quentin Tarantino on the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie because he advised on the Manson murders part. But he picked me up at the airport and he showed me around Los Angeles and everything. And he's the one who took me to the Holy Cross Cemetery and where Marilyn Monroe is buried as well, in Westwood in Hollywood. And gosh, they're very interesting. I drove past, I think it was Warner Brothers.
Oh,
I think it was
yeah.
Warner
Oh, that would have been exciting.
a picket line with the riders out the front, and I went, oh, and I got a video.
Did you drive over there, Karen?
Videotape. Oh, look, it's a protest. No. It's a picket line. I'm going to videotape it.
Yes.
But yeah, and went to a place called Barney's Beanery. Where it's a little diner type thing and a bar, and it was where back in the 60s Janis Joplin, I always forget his name, Jim Morrison, from the Doors, they used to frequent that place. So there's a plaque on the bar, on the bench, like the bar actually on the bar, there's a plaque and it says Jim Morrison sat here, but not. He didn't sit there. He pissed on the bar. So, but they couldn't write
that's what
that
the sign should have said. Jim Morrison pissed here. People start rolling in it.
But that's what that was. And there was a tabletop with Janis Joplin.
Yes.
She scrawled a name in the tabletop. And my friend Scott was sitting there looking around. I said, what are you looking for? And he goes, well, Adam Sandler, big celebrities and stuff still come in here to eat. He said, I'm just seeing if there's anyone I can point out. And I've gone, And I said, it doesn't matter, I'm just enjoying it. So the food there was good. What did I get? Chicken wings, I think I got.
Oh, chicken wings. Werner's favourite.
I love chicken wings. Yes. American chicken wings.
They're yummy.
They are, aren't they? Werner loves the buffalo wings.
No, I don't.
Don't you?
Nah. They're the spicy ones. I like honey soy.
Bye, Barbara.
See you, Barbara. Thank you.
See you, Barbara.
I just want to quickly say hello to Debbie. Did turn up at one point. And who else is here that's new? Crubby the Beagle. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Yeah.
But America on the whole, I found very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I found it safe, but always in the back of your mind. But then I was with locals, like I was with people that live there. I think if I had to, I don't know. The people in America are just really friendly. I like it there. Like I did go places on my own in the rental car. I went to the shops. I went to the stores, and I went to. They're just, I don't know. If I haven't said it enough, I love Walmart. And there's a superstore in Carson City. So I went to this. It's massive. I've never seen a store as big. You thought our big Bunnings were big, Heather. This is like 4 times the size of the big Bunnings. It's massive. But it's good.
Did you drive, Karen?
When was an drive? Yeah. No, I didn't think.
How did you find that? Driving on the side of the road.
Yeah, they've got a few different rules to us, but the first few times that I went into Carson City last year, I was with a friend, so she drove. So I looked, and I did a pretend driving test on one of their DMV sites. Like I got their learners. I did that before I left, so I could get a little bit. But they've got some good road things, like a lane that goes up the middle of a major highway or whatever, a turning lane. We don't have those here. Like we literally hold up traffic if we want to turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Their traffic lights are different, look different to ours, but act the same. And you can still turn on a red light there. Which was really
I could never understand that. You can turn on a red, but I think you need. It needs to be a sign. Is there a sign that says you can turn on the red light?
I think there's a sign first. I don't know, because I just followed other drivers. But by the time I'd finished traveling with Jason and he was doing all the driving, I absolutely paid attention to what he was doing at the lights and everything and where you turn off. So then when I got to Virginia City at the end of my trip and I got the hire car, I was not.
Yeah, you were.
I did have a flat tire on the way into Virginia City. That was not fun.
You had a what? Oh, flat tire. Oh no. Oh dear.
I'd only had the car. I just picked it up at the airport, and I was 10 minutes out of Virginia City, and there was some rocks on the road. And I tried to avoid the big ones, but in avoiding the big ones, I ran over a little one, and I heard the tire go. I went. Oh. So I went as far as I could on a flat tire to pull over. Yeah. Got out and started to change it, and I was nearly finished. I had it out. I had the other one off and everything, and then a fella rolled up. It was frigging freezing because I was as far as I could move over. I was still on the road a little bit. So a fella did turn up and say, "Do you want me to just stand there?" And I said, "You can finish it if you want." So he just lifted the wheel on and did the nuts up. But I know how to change a tyre. That's a very important thing to know.
Yes, how to change a tyre.
Because I had no signal. So if I wanted to rely on roadside assistance or something, I would have been buggered because every person should know how to change a tyre. Mm-hmm. It's not hard. It's annoying.
No, it's easy.
And then I had to take that car back the next day because it was just the pretend wheel on it. So I had to drive back to the airport and get a new one. But I was glad I swapped the cars because the new car I got was better.
Yeah, good.
How much was the hire car, Karen?
For the week, for 7 days, it was 700 and something. Nearly $800.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That was with insurance.
Yeah, because you'd have to have insurance as well. But we'd need a bigger, because you wouldn't have had a big car. You would have only got a small car because it was just you.
Yeah, I just got the one that they had to give me to replace that. Yes, I got a small car to begin with, but the one they gave me, they didn't have anything else, so I got a bit of an upgrade. I don't even remember.
That's what we paid $700 for that.
It was called. It had the name of a beach.
Yeah, but I think we got discounted.
Malibu. It had the name of the beach. It was like a Malibu. I don't know what that is.
Malibu.
The American one. Yeah,
Malibu,
it had Malibu.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you? Because what we'll do is hire in one city and drop it off in another.
Yeah, you can do that.
So that we can just go travelling.
Because if you've got to rely on buses, well, you've already know what nightmare you had with that last time.
It's about $700 cheaper, but still. I don't know if it's worth it. But Drew, I don't know how Drew feels, but we sort of looked at the map because after we learned about because I knew about already the Clown Hotel.
Oh, don't stay there. They've got, don't stay there. I haven't been there, but I know people who have. They've got the bed things. What do you call bed bugs? Don't stay there.
Have they?
Yeah, don't stay there.
Ooh.
Hire a room and visit or whatever. Be careful what you bloody sit on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, bed bugs. Absolutely.
Ooh.
So careful. But the cemetery across the way would be interesting.
Yeah.
One of the cemeteries. Yeah. But if you want to go to the Clown Motel, just don't stay there. Just get a room and.
Okay, we might give it a miss. We might just go straight to Utah.
Yeah, I'd give that. I know people that have been there and they say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, but the cemetery across the road from it is very interesting.
Yes.
So that if you drive through, you could take a picture at the Clown Motel, and then just go to the cemetery.
Yeah,
if you're driving through.
It's kind of out the way, so you'd probably otherwise it turns it into a friggin' 13-hour trip.
Oh yeah, no, then don't bother.
No. Drew wants to know: did you see Skid Row sort of places, much in the way of desperation sort of areas? Great words, Drew. I've always been fascinated by some of those and the people's stories there.
Oh God. Where did you see that question? Where did you? Oh, okay.
Oh, it's in the chat. It's yeah.
Yeah. In LA. In LA, when Scott was driving me through, there was a lot of not Skid Row, because we weren't in Skid Row, but we were in downtown Hollywood, and there was a whole heap of people in tents on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But according to Scott, he said a lot of them aren't actual proper homeless people. They're just because of what happened. Oh, well, they're homeless, but because of what happened with people not being able to afford their rent and all that sort of thing during the COVID thing, a lot of people lost their homes and lost places to live. So that's what was happening. But I believe I don't know what you call it, like the council, our equivalent of the council,
Yeah.
or the city, whatever, is trying to clean it up now and get rid of them. But yeah, I did see a bit of that. But in really weird places, not weird, sensible places, under bridges and whatnot. But yeah, it just doesn't look nice. Like you wouldn't want to break down, I don't reckon.
Yeah. I think Drew was meaning more like like Baltimore, how you've got really poor areas, derelict, abandoned.
Driving through, was it? We drove through. I think it was driving through Cincinnati.
Yes.
There was a few places that you'd steer clear of.
Yeah, Cincinnati looked really, really.
I'm sorry. I don't think there's anyone in here from Cincinnati, but yeah. I don't know. It's not on a but it's just like here. We've got parts of Sydney that are atrocious. We've got parts of Melbourne that are atrocious. Every city in the world has an area that is just basically for, no offense, deadbeats, people who don't work and all that sort of stuff. Deadbeats. Or as we used to call them here in Australia, dole bludgers.
Yes, dole bludgers. We still do. There's nothing to bludge. The dole doesn't even cover friggin' rent and food half the time. But anyway, I won't go on. That's political.
Yeah, Drew, I always talk to people. Any stranger I meet, I talk to them and ask them, so what did you, especially older people, I'll say, so what did you do for a job? Or, like if I meet an older couple, I'll say, so how did he propose? Where did you get married? Like, I love talking to people. Yeah. Yeah. Every city has its rough areas that you just stay away from.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would stay away from the clown motel.
Yeah, no, I think we'll give that a miss. And Werner wasn't here to hear it. He won't like the idea of bed bugs, so.
No. And the people that have been there, I know personally, so I know they're telling the truth.
Yes.
And I think once a place has got them, the Americans can correct me, because we don't have them here. At least I don't think. I've never heard of us having bed bugs in Australia. I mean... No, I'm pretty sure we don't. But I know I've heard that once you've got them, they're really hard to get rid of.
We've got carpet bug. I've been infested with carpet bug before. That's not nice. They get into everything. They're horrible.
Yeah, Detroit is still pretty bad. Actually, one of the people I follow and a gentleman that I met here when he was going on, Bill from, Warm Strong Adventures. Bill.
Yeah.
He used to be a policeman in Detroit, and he said to me, it's just like a ghetto there. It's just like half the buildings, the big high-rise buildings in Detroit, like he said, they're trying to build it back up again. He said, but they're empty and they're lived in by homeless people, and he said it's not a good place at the moment.
Yeah. What was that documentary that we watched a while ago? Well, we didn't watch it together. We watched it separately, but we both watched it. It was in the Bible Belt? Mississippi. The poorest areas of Mississippi.
Oh.
Was that the one? That was an eye-opener. Like, you go into towns, it was like our Tarawa, you go into towns that were huge cities that just fell because of poverty. The governor doesn't like to accept federal money, so no money gets spent on in services and infrastructure, and everything dies, and everyone's poor and homeless. Not homeless, but everyone's poor and high unemployment rate.
It's a bit sad.
It was really very interesting, and I think that was the Mississippi. It was a Mississippi something, but I think it's like the Bible Belt. Oh, there's the link.
Oh, that's for the thing you watched.
That's for the thing that we watched. It goes for an hour, but it's really, really engaging. It really is engaging.
Yeah, Drew knows what it is. Yeah, but on the whole, I really loved America. I do love America. I think it's a great country. The people were all friendly. The only person I found in America that was rude and nasty was actually a Russian. And he was there. Yeah, he was on one of the little buses going over to Graceland. He was in charge of a group of Russian tourists, and he thought, and he called me stupid in Russian, and I knew what he said, and I was on the bus and I was ready to explode. And when I got off the bus, I said to Jason, "That fucking asshole," I said, and Jason said, "Oh, should I?" I said, "What would you have done?" I said it's the same. I said I didn't say anything because we're on a bus and I didn't want to start an argument. But he was really rude. I asked someone how you get the headphones plugged into an iPad because I don't have an iPad. I don't know how to use them, so I wasn't sure where the thing was for the earphones. And I asked the man sitting next to me because I watched him plug his in. I said, "Oh, how did you do that? Can you show me?" And this rude person goes, show me, I'll tell you." And he looked at my iPad. Do you like my Russian accent? He looked at my iPad thing and he goes, and I said, "Oh," and I said, and he goes, No. He said, "Use your brain." He said, "You can figure that out." And I went, "Oh God, then why ask me to have a look?" Yeah. And then I heard him talking and laughing, and he said, I've forgotten the word he used now.
Dummkopf. No, that's German.
No, that's it. It's like idiot, but it's like imbecile.
Yes.
And I knew, and I went, I thought, but that was the only, and he wasn't American. But everybody else, and I made quite a few friends, so that was cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's good.
No, he wasn't drunk, Tony. He was just an asshole and rude. And he was really rude to the ladies that were showing people through Elvis's house. And I thought, Elvis, if the ghost of Elvis is here, now would be a good time to strangle this person.
Yes, strangle the little prick.
He was really rude. And he was really mean to the people he was looking after as well. Yeah. And then he wanted to go upstairs to Elvis's bedroom.
Oh.
And he goes to the woman, he goes, "Isn't Elvis's room up there?" And she goes, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, we want to see Elvis's bedroom." She goes, No one sees Elvis's bedroom." "What?" He said, "We paid to come in." He was just an idiot.
Really?
So
some people are just so...
in America, and it wasn't an American. It was a tourist. Rude bastard.
Oh, some people are assholes. So why have they closed off his bedroom?
That's always been closed.
Has it?
No one's ever... Because that's where he died, in the bathroom.
Oh, of course, yes.
So
I thought it might have something to do with Priscilla, because that was Priscilla's private sanctuary as well at one point.
Oh, when they were married, yeah.
Yeah, when they were married.
But when the night he died, I think everything in there, from my understanding, everything that's in that bedroom is as it was the night he died, untouched.
Wow.
Yeah, untouched. So they obviously keep it dust-free or whatever, but untouched. And so they don't want it. And that was his very, very private. I know I wouldn't want someone looking through my bedroom, so I can guarantee you, given that he was a pretty private person, really, he wouldn't want someone gawking. It's different looking in his lounge room or his kitchen or something, but it's still... I was just really thrilled to see the jungle room.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What was that like? What's that all about?
Oh, that jungle room is just where he used to party, I guess.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just looks like a jungle room. There's a bar in there and a couch and a coffee table and comfortable chairs and places to play your music and whatnot. So when he would have parties, people would go to that room. And like there were rooms in there. There was I don't remember. Oh, I think I put up a little video. I think I only did a short on it though. There was a room where you could play pool. Like he had a pool room. And they had like a material ceiling. Like it would have cost him a fortune. There was a gold room where everything in it was like a bright yellow or a gold.
Oh,
And that was a
wow.
room to sit and watch TVs in, I think that was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a pretty impressive, like his entertainment areas were pretty impressive, but my favourite was the jungle room.
Wow.
I like the jungle room.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, well, there you go. Elvis Presley.
Oh, Betty is in. Hi, Betty.
Hello, Betty. How are you? Welcome in. How's it going?
I haven't seen you for ages. I've been away in America though, Betty, and then when I got back, I was super busy just being a mum again. And then I've been away this week. I haven't had time to. I've got to catch up with my regular routine of seeing you, Betty, and then seeing Heather's on a Friday night, and just getting back into my routine, my pre-American trip routine.
Yes.
But
Oh, dear.
well, there you go.
Oops, sorry.
How are you going? Have we had any new subscribers
I
at
don't
all,
know.
Heather?
I'd have to check. I don't
I'll
think
check.
I have.
No, I'm not looking for me. I'm looking for you because you only need a couple.
Yeah, well,
Do you know-
25
do you
to
know
be
who-
precise. Do you know that short? I posted a short and I thought it was fabulous. It's had 18 views. Bloody hell.
Which short was it? Which one?
It was... I want pizza. It was Werner.
You need to
where's my
put
shorts?
Demon Wants Pizza.
Oh, I'll turn the volume down. Hang on. He didn't get his pizza.
You got to change the title to Demon Asks for Pizza, and you'll get like 1 million views.
Yes. And then I'll get told off for, you've titled it wrong. What's the word when clickbait? Clickbait. Clickbait.
Yeah, I like I say, if it's in the title that you want to say that, like I don't know, and it's not really clickbait, you're actually addressing it in your video, then I think it's fair enough to put the word in the title. But yeah, so many people, it's just clickbait.
Yes.
Why would Betty be hot? Oh, that's right, it's
She's
summer,
in
isn't it?
Florida. They're boiling out there at the moment, apparently. Yes, it's nearly the peak of summer and we'll be leaving winter and we'll be going into the sun and I'll be leaving in shorts and a t-shirt. It'll be like 6 degrees, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be in thongs and shorts and a t-shirt. And people will think I'm freaking weird, but I don't care. It's climate controlled in the airport, the aeroplane, and when I land in San Francisco, although San Francisco can be cool, it'll still be a lot warmer than it is in Adelaide, so we'll feel the heat.
Well, I'm thinking I don't like my chances, but I'm thinking of going back to America in late October, or maybe the last week of October, and stay to mid November. I've been invited to go to a couple of things in Virginia City in November. I've got to check the dates, but I'd love to go. And now that I know I don't have to worry about accommodation or anything like that, I've just got to worry about food money and airfares.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. I so desperately want to go back, but it's just so expensive.
Yeah, we've got to find our accommodation. you know, we've literally got to find everything. Unfortunately, we're not staying with anyone this time. Before we have stayed with people, which has been really, really helpful. But now it's just going to be forking out. And I probably wouldn't have gone this year if it weren't for the fact that we had to spend our flight credit by 30th of December.
All right, fair enough then.
Yeah.
Wish I had flight credit.
Well, we booked our tickets just before COVID hit. It was about a month. The rumours were flying around, right? But you don't take notice of rumours. I'm sorry to hear that, Dee. I hope Aaron's okay. My condolences.
Yeah,
to
mine
the both
too,
of
Dee.
you. Yeah. What was I saying? I just got so easily distracted. Yeah, it was about a month between us like booking our tickets and then all of a sudden it hits the fan. We didn't listen to the room. I thought, oh, what's going to happen? You know, they're going to stop aeroplanes or something, you know. So we get a cold, who cares, we'll get over it. You know, we didn't realise how bad it would be. And just like that, it just turned from rumour to a thing and everything stops. And to be perfectly honest, I thought we'd lost our flight credit last year or the year before that because it was, but I saw an email that I hadn't read and it told me you've got a passport, like a credit passport of $4,500 that you need to use by the 31st of December, so we thought we'd use it.
No, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. But that's, I guess that's my trip to America, not in a nutshell, but basics. Yeah, definitely take food money and lots of it, and you hire a car, and and actually, like, if it's a pity our dollar isn't the same as an American dollar, because really prices in America are pretty reasonable. It's just that when you convert it back to Australian dollars, you realise, but the prices for everything I found were really reasonable.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, for sure. I thought they were. I noticed that they have gone up over the years since we were there in 2014.
Yeah.
They went up over the years, but you know, I think a little bit cheaper than Australia. But yeah, no, well, that sounds like you had an amazing time.
I did. I had a super amount of fun, and I made some nice friends, and I'm still in contact with them, and I've got some great friends in Virginia City.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just love Virginia City. I would live there. I would live there in a heartbeat. I really would. If I didn't have children here relying on me, I absolutely would.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I've got a dog I have to worry about. I suppose I could stick him in a carrier and get him through customs or something.
Oh, sure.
I don't know.
Actually, I think Americans are more dog friendly than Australians are. Like in terms of you can take your dogs to certain places. And
oh no, yeah, dog friendly, absolutely. You can take them into most restaurants and everything. There's only a few that won't let you through, but in Virginia City, you take them into the bar and the saloons and everything. Nobody says anything. They're just allowed in. But if I went over there to live, then my dogs would have to be in, what do you call it? You know, quarantine.
Quarantine, yeah, for sure. That's the only problem. Yeah.
And that kind of makes me laugh a little bit, actually, because if my dogs went to America, there's one thing they're not going to take there, and that's rabies. However, coming back from America, that's different.
Exactly. Anyway, my lovely, it's been 2 hours. I'm starting to get a bit tight eyes, and you've just gotten home from a big long trip, so I'm sure you're tired.
It's 11:30 here.
Is it? Yes. It's nearly tomorrow.
Yeah, silly tomorrow, and I am
Nearly
yawning.
tomorrow.
It's been really nice seeing everybody in the chat. That was nice.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us, those who have been and gone and come in and pop out again. It was absolutely wonderful. And of course, to those who stayed the whole time, thank you very much for listening to us dribble on, crap on about nothing, yeah, everything. Thank you so much, Karen. If you haven't subscribed to Doof Paranormal yet, please do. Feel free to go check out
Do you remember that?
their channel. Yeah, I do. I want one. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I just realised. I'm thinking, where's the shape gone? Because it's from the shape. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where's the one is on it? And it's fallen down my boobs.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. You know, you really you need to tell
Yeah,
in shape you've been down my boobs.
No, I don't want to start anything I'm going to regret.
It'll give him a thrill.
Yeah, and he sent me, I don't know if anyone saw it, but he sent me a mask as well. So I've got it
Yes.
up there. Put it up there now.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
awesome.
so-
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there you go. I'm just, yeah. But look, thank you, Heather, for tonight. It was good.
It was
I like
wonderful.
catching up
Lovely
with you.
talking to you.
And thanks to everyone in the chat for putting up with us and listening to me waffle on.
Yes,
But yeah,
there's a hidden
all
camera.
right.
She's going to help shape, debunk Australian paranormal investigators.
I don't think he
The
needs
Australian
my help.
market.
Yeah, he pretty well knows what he's
Hello.
doing, I think.
Hello, Ali. Welcome in. We're just actually about to sign off. You just came in just in time to say goodbye.
Hello, Alan. Hey, hello, Alan.
Appreciate
Ali's-
you coming.
Hey, Ellie, if you can hear me, poor old Heather here needs only 25 more subscribers. I don't know if you've subscribed to her channel, but could you?
That'd be
She's
lovely.
worth a lot. She's a giggle.
Oh yeah,
She's
I'm
worth it.
alright. You know, people
Yeah,
can take
yeah.
me or leave me. Usually they leave me.
No, but Heather's got some good content, Ellie.
But but the thing is, I'm like a bad smell that you just can't get rid of. You don't know where it came from, and you just can't get rid of it.
Oh, Ellie's just woken up. What time is it in America?
Oh dear.
Because that is the thing. We're on late. Like, we're late for Australia, so it's probably like 4 a.m. or something.
I
there
don't
you go.
know.
Ellie, subscribe to you, Heather.
Oh, thank
So,
you,
yeah,
Ali.
yeah. Thanks, Ellie.
Thank you so much.
I'll catch up with you soon, Miss Ellie. But yeah, we're about to. It's 6:26 a.m.
Oh,
Saturday
wow.
morning. Ellie's in California.
Oh, we'll be there soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heather's coming to California. What are you doing in
Wait till this-
California?
well, actually, is it San Francisco we're going to?
San Francisco.
Yes, are you going to San Francisco? Something about flowers in your hair. Your flowers do look lovely, by the way.
I like my flowers. Sometimes it's a crown. Today's
Sometimes
flowers.
it's flowers. Sometimes it's a flower crown. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to Drew's Adventures. He's only on 740, but he's got some great content as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Betty's is 9:30. John's is 9:30 on the East Coast.
Okay.
6:26 on the
6:30.
West.
So, all right. So there you go. Oh, wow. We've been talking through the early hours of the morning for our American
yes.
friends. And some of them have hung out with us, which is awesome.
I know,
and
isn't
Dee's
that
hung out with
wonderful?
us, and she's only, Dee, where are you? You're in Tassie, aren't you?
No,
That's right.
Victoria. Bendigo.
Oh, that's right. Who's in Tassie? Someone's in
Uh,
Tasmania. Dee's in Bendigo. Oh, that's right. Dee's the one you caught up with. And
Yeah.
then there's someone in Tasmania. And then there's Loz from Oz who sometimes comes in. She's in Victoria.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, there's a few Aussies here. And John Shin is in the East Coast. Whereabouts are you, John? Just out of curiosity.
Hang on.
Where's John?
Can I remember? I know. I think Tommy's in Texas. John's in Baltimore. Or is Tommy in Baltimore? Oh, John's in Baltimore. I knew it. I knew one of you were in Baltimore.
Heather, do you want me to shout you out on Monday to get one? Yeah, go for it.
That would be lovely. Thank you, Bessie. It's not necessary, but I would appreciate it for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Well, now, because Ali's, so now it's 24 people you need.
Oh, 24. Let me check. Because I've nearly got my hours as well. Oh no!
Awesome. What's
it's
wrong?
It's still saying 975. I probably lost a subscriber during the live stream. Somebody's probably thought, what the hell am I looking at here?
Hang on, I'm going to double check. Wait a minute. Let's have a look. Here's come Heather with Heather. Oh yeah, someone's saying that for me too. Oh bugger. So someone dropped out. How dare they? But I bet you it'll fix itself by tomorrow.
It'll probably might. I've got down
I've had that happen, and I get really disappointed, and I think, oh no, who did I annoy?
Yes, and I think
then it kind of because YouTube does unsubscribe people.
Yes, and I got down to 69,
and they drop off, and then they realise and they subscribe back again. But there you go. Well,
yes, exactly. And we've been saying goodbye for now 10 minutes.
Yes, we have. We're tired.
Anyway, thank you so much, Karen.
You start to say goodbye and then you keep talking.
I know, I know. And I'll blame you. It's everyone's fault but mine.
Look, thanks for joining in, everybody.
Yes.
And like and subscribe for Heather's channel. And if you head over to me and you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe.
Yes, don't forget Karen. Her link has been dropped every now and then because she is a Patreon. Thank you so much. And hello, Kaz. Goodbye, Kaz. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate the effort that you made to pop in and say g'day. I guess it's early in the morning for you over there too. I shall bid you all good night. I'm going to press the stop button now before I get distracted and start talking about something else. Thank you, Karen. Love you. Bye, everyone. Remember, keep smiling.